Hello. So I'd love to just share with you why I do a couple of my lifts because we left set without me doing the other side. And so I'm gonna do my own lift. So what I'm gonna do is I put one on my hands. The biggest tip that we have that we want you to know about is the pressing and holding technique. A lot of times, a lot of our clients will just kind of do a little swipe and it never gets really bonded. So pressing and holding really on the eyelid. So if you can see it or feel it, the size or placement is wrong, or you just haven't bonded it enough. But I do find it easy to get the tweezers and really kind of just peel that off as straight as possible. Seeing where it's folding is key. So smoothing it out, and I like to give it a little tap, slight twist with the tweezers. This is a little bit right there, I can see that film. I like to just turn my little tweezers around and really press and hold it. Can't see them on me. And so now I've got eyelids. Placement could take practice with anything new. But what I like to do is just play around with this one. So what we want to do is we want to just take this one off, even though my lift is really good and I'm ready to go. I'm going to show you, if we're going to practice with it, let's just go ahead and peel it back off. Kind of like that push-up bra. Things will fall back down. And so again, identifying it, lift, and just play around. Now this is my practice strip. My practice strip is not going to be invisible as I practice with it because it's that one-time adhesive. So what we're doing is just kind of, maybe I want to go out and up. Some of my clients, it's better inside towards their nose. Some are more out and up. If you're crashed on the sides, you may need that extra. So really just play around with this one strip. And then when you really identify exactly where you want it, I like that. I like that one's great. It's not going to be see-through, remember, but now I get to put a nice new one on for the day. So I have these little travel tweezers. Here's the little difference in the tweezers. Also the thinnest tweezer on the market. So we can get under here and we're not cross-contaminating. A lot of us have tweezers that are 10 years old and have been thrown in our drawer for years and they're contaminated. And whatever's on those tweezers, we can transport to the strip. And so we don't want to do that. If we have oils or anything else like that, then the oils are going to break that bond and you'll never get that all the way down. So hopefully that's a good tip for you. And if you use these for other things, you just want to do an alcohol and make sure they're clean. So again, quickly identifying the fold, lifting, however you can smooth that out, a little tap, and I prefer a little slight angle tonight. A little press, making sure those edges are bonded, and you're good to go. Gosh, maybe your lashes are coming off too soon. You know, when we have heavy hooded eyelids, we can push those eyelashes off, or we're putting primers and foundations that have mineral oils on them. So another thing is, do we want to put eyeshadow on this? We developed Colorset for that reason, because those oils, same oils that are pushing and assisting with those lashes coming off too soon, are the same oils that will disrupt that strip, because oils and adhesive don't mix. So we needed to come up with a formula. Now I still have that strip on my hand that I put on a little bit ago and you can't see it, but I'm going to prove to you that it's there. And I'm just going to kind of put this across. Now this is the Colorset. We developed it, it's made from cocoa glycerides. So none of those heavy mineral oils that will disrupt the strip, but I'm kind of being really liberal with this because I want you to see the strip goes across here. You can't see this half, okay? But even though you can't see it, it's still two surfaces. So makeup could take two different ways, which is why some of my clients get two different results. So it takes two different ways because there's two surfaces. So that makes sense, we need to prime it. But other primers on the market have mineral oil in it, so the oil and adhesive will break that bond. So we developed the Colorset as a primer pencil. It's a shadow primer, because you don't need anything underneath the strip, and you don't need anything to cover the strip. You just need something to adhere that shadow. And so here's that strip that you can't see, but if I just don't prime it or anything, you can kind of see it tucked two different ways. So if you want to go around it all day long doing the brow bone and highlighters and liners and lashes, you can. But if you want to go directly on the strip, you want to prime it with a primer that's not going to disrupt. Now you'll happen to notice that our primer is multi-use, 10 times the pigment of the shadow. Now it actually looks like the shadow palette, which is rare. It covers the strip really well. It's actually waterproof. So if you live in a humid area like me, then it's really key. Can you see the strip? It's so cool. So that's that primer. Be liberal with it. You want a little sparkle and highlight like you just saw me do right there. That's great. You can go over the strip. That's fine. But if you want to do those darker shadows or heavier shadows, you definitely need to prime the strip. But that primer, multi-purpose. So as you can see, highlighting all around the eyebrow, down by the cheekbone, contouring is what everybody's doing. So I go down the nose, Cupid's bow. Do you want 10 times the pigment on your lip liner? We can use it on the lip liner. But one of the things I'm really proud of is that we made this from using cocoa glycerides. And so cocoa glycerides is a safe product for around your eye. And you can actually get into the waterline. You can get in right where I get kind of a little dark. I like to give myself a little sparkle. You know, blend it, use your beauty blenders, use your fingers, use your brushes. But I like to get these two little spots and I just kind of do a little twist. You really see I really lightened it and brightened it super easy and with minimal effort. I have a nice bright lifted eyelid, 2 products, the strips and then brighten it up. At the end of the day I can take it off, but you know, I can also sleep in them. I'll wake up looking more refreshed. Now, can everybody wear all sizes? Absolutely not. That's what's so important about starting with a variety pack. You're going to discover what your favorite sizes are. And you discover your favorite daytime everyday look, discover your favorite nighttime date night look. But I say why not look refreshed every single day? It's a great, simple, safe solution for heavy hooded eyelids. And so, you know, just think of the confidence that you're going to have. Having those heavy, tired lids. People were asking me if I just woke up, you know, what was wrong with me, if I was grumpy. And so just think about those next occasions and think about how you're going to feel, you know, going into work, going on that date night, going to your daughter's wedding. But it's a safe, easy solution to a very common everyday problem that so many of us struggle with. But now you don't have to. You know, there was 2 options on the market before, either live with it or cut it off. And right now you don't have to. So I hope that helps.